Okay, hello everyone. In this video, I will show you the example how to normalizing a table. Okay. Alright, so normalizing a table means that we want to separate a one data tables into separate tables. Okay. Alright, so just to avoid the redundancy of recording. Okay, so each table that we want to separate, so it must be represents a certain entity, such as if it is sales activity, so we just create a table for sales activity only. So if you have a product, so for products only, and stores for stores only. Okay, so in this video, I will show you how to separate tables. Okay, into for sales into two dimension tables, okay, using a Power Query, right? Okay, so now you open a new Excel worksheet. Okay, so we will use a product sales dot means that this is an Excel formatting. Okay, all right, so open the new workbook. Okay, so go to the data, again, data, click get data from file and from Excel workbook. Okay, go to the folder that you save that file, that if in your case that where you download the files that I share in the Putra Blast. Okay. Okay, and select a product sales. Okay, now you have the navigator windows here. So you can see you have two choices here, table and sales. Okay. So I would suggest for you to choose a table. Okay. So means table, it will upload only the data area. So, okay. So sales is there is a possibility it will add some rows or some additional columns that with no data. Okay. Because it will upload the whole worksheet there. Okay. All right, so now we will choose table and click a transform data. Okay, now we already upload here to the Power Query. Okay, so you have a five columns here. Okay, so before we separate, so now we want normally when we have a data related to sales activity, so the additional we need a column to represent the sales amount or revenue. Okay, all right, so now we will add one column for revenue, new column. Okay, so go in this page in the middle here, you can go to on the right area. Okay, so you have this kind list symbol icons, tables icon. Click here and add a custom column. Okay, add a custom column. Okay, you will get this window, custom column window. So rename this custom to revenue. Okay, so it depends if you want to put sales amount or revenue, it's the same. Okay, now formula to calculate the revenue. How to calculate the revenue? Quantity times by price, isn't it? So item sold is the quantity and click insert. Okay, and then press times is the asterisk or star times by unit price, the price. Okay. All right, so now you seems that your formula no errors, then click OK. So automatically it will add you one new column that calculate for revenue. Okay. All right, so let's say now first you have to check a data type. Okay, so in the home ribbon you can go to the data type here, this area, data type. Okay, it's any. So we want to change any into decimal number. Okay, because usually revenue dollar in the dollar form, we will choose a decimal in the decimal. So it shows cent as well. Okay, the whole number without a decimal. Okay, all right. So decimal or you want to show a currency is okay. But since unit price is in decimal, so we click decimal. Okay. All right, so this is in decimal. Okay, you can see here the symbol here is represent the data type. Okay, ABC is a text. Okay, right. So this is another decimal, right? Okay, item sold is a whole number because item you cannot I sell item in the fraction. Okay. All right. So now I want to bring revenue to put besides the unit price. Okay. So just drag and drop, drag and drop. Okay. So drag here. Okay. Drop, drag and drop. Okay. All right. So drag and drop. Now we will rename these tables to product sales. Okay, right. So now this table is already named product sales. Okay, so now we want to create two tables. Okay, two link tables. Okay, product and sales. Okay, so how you can do that? First, right click in this area. You right click and choose a reference here. Okay, reference. Okay, so you get a same tables, you can see, but however, it's actually the second tables is it depends to the first table. Okay, so any editing in the second table will not affect in the main table. So we consider this one is the main table. But if you change anything, you remove row or remove column, it will affect another table, the reference table. Okay. All right. So it's linked to another table. Okay. If you duplicate, then it will not link. Okay. It's just a copy new tables, but without a link. Okay. So reference with a link. Okay, so now we will change it to product this table. Okay, so because we want this to represent the product table. Okay, enter. Okay, so this is a product table. I just want to have these two columns in this table. So we will remove the other column. Okay, so start from revenue until select press shift and click date. Okay, or you can do one by one, date, shift, item sold, unit price, and revenue. Okay. And then right click and remove columns. Okay, so now you have this tables that represent call product information only. So if you can see on the right pane, on the right side, okay, so you can see the information about this table. You have two columns here and 999 plus row. Okay, so let's say we want to check whether is there any duplicate in this table or not. Okay, how we can do this? Okay, so go to the home ribbon and then click arrow, remove row. Okay, so and remove duplicates. Okay, so remove a duplicate. Okay, so we remove duplicates here. Okay, so you can see the difference is that now is up to 72 rows only. Means that you have 72 unique product code. Okay. All right, so if you refer here, you can see that this is you have a screwdriver with SC7, and then you have a screwdriver with SC5. Means that the same product but might be the different model. Okay, that's why you cannot remove a duplicate for product. Okay, because one product might have a multiple model. Okay, so product code so you represent to the model. Okay, if you remove duplicates in the product, then you will have a few products only, not based on the model. Okay. Alright, so you have to know your data before you do anything. Okay. Alright, so the second table we want to create is to display a sales activity only. Okay. Alright, so go back to the product sales, right click and click a reference. Okay. Right, so now you get a second reference product, change it to the sales. Okay, so sales only. Okay, since this is a table, sales table. Okay, so sales table. So I want to remove the product column. Right click and click remove. Why I didn't remove the product code? Because product code will be a primary key and foreign key. Okay, primary key in the product and foreign key is in sales. Remember, you have to create the relationship. Okay, so now I already finished normalize the table. Okay, they separate the tables. Okay, so now click close and load to. Close and load to the Excel. Okay, all right. So, okay, so let's say I want to show you the difference here because I don't want to load the product sales tables into the data model because we already create another two tables. So I just want to bring two tables into the Excel. So choose only create connection without add this data to data model. Okay, so we will do it separately later on. Okay, and then click OK. Just don't untick here. Okay, so click OK. Okay, so if you don't upload this into the data model, you can see the information here is a connection only. Okay, so how you can upload this product and sales tables into the data model? So bring your cursor to product, right click and click load to. Load to, okay, only create connection and tick add this data to data model. Okay. Okay. Right click in sales and load to. Now it already this is display 72 rows loaded. Okay, so do the same for the sales and add this data to data model. Okay, so you can add later on data to the data model. Okay. Alright, so only two tables load to the data model without product sales. But we cannot delete this one. This is a reference table for these two. If you remove product sales, product and sales also will automatically come an error. Okay. Alright, so now before we create the tables, you have to create the relationship first. Okay. Alright, so previously I show you how to go to the data model or power pivot tables. Okay. So you go to the power pivot and click manage. Okay. So another way is that you can see in the data ribbon, there is a shortcut here. Okay. Data model symbol here. So you can click here and manage a data model. Okay. Alright. So this is a table. The table, we have a product and sales here. Okay. So now we go to the diagram view. Click here, diagram view, and link these two tables based on the product code. Click here and drop. Okay, make sure you link with the same column. Okay, same column's name. Okay, one can see the relationship here is one to many. One code here we relate to a few rows in this sales table. Okay, so a few multiple times customer purchase that product and model. Okay, all right, and then save. Okay, save as save lah in whatever folder that you want to save. Normalizing table. Okay, and click OK. Okay, so now you already load the table and create the relationship. So let's say example, let's say if you want to insert table, pivot table, make sure select from data model. Okay, so choose which cells that you want to display your table. Anywhere, depends to your preference. Okay, and click OK. All right. Okay, so now you have this pivot table area. Okay. All right, then you can see two tables here, product and sale. Okay, so let's say you want to display a product. Okay, so product automatically go to the row here. Okay, and then sales revenue. Okay, so total revenue, click revenue. Okay, so this is the revenue for every product. Okay, number of revenue. Let's say you want to sort it by that item. Okay, so product code, want to see product code. Okay, so now you can see different product have different type of model. Okay, and revenue for every model. Okay, so it depends how you want to report your data to your superior again. Okay, all right, and depends to the requirement lah what you. So let's say now you want to add dates here. Date. Okay, so date, automatically date, okay, so because this is only 1 year and have 6 months only, so the hierarchy is up to months only, date and months only, okay, right? So if you want to display the tables like this, then you can like this, okay, or maybe you want to remove a date, okay, so you can see here, there will be a date here, okay, so if we expand, then let's say usually we don't summarize based on the dates lah. Okay, so remove date. So no more expand button. Okay, so sales for every product is by monthly. Okay, up to June. Or maybe you want to put dates in a subset to the product. Okay, so bring this to put it in the row. Okay, or let's say you want to group it based by date and product, months and product. So you want to see in January which product was sold. Okay, and click and drag, put it on the top of the product. Okay, so this is by monthly. Okay, you can just rearrange, drag and drop, or you want to put the product in the row, in the columns. So this is a column, January. So you can drag and drop. Okay. Alright, so it depends how you want to display your table, okay? Or you want to change it to not sum revenue, you want to change it to the average, okay? So click average. Okay, so this is the average revenue for every product in January, okay? Alright, so you can just drag and drop, okay? Alright, so that's all for normalizing.